to Richard's Guitars for another update. It's been several weeks since I've been able to talk to you, so I thought I had better update you on why and what's been going on, and some good and some not so good, and so there's a bit of a reflection. I just really want to give you an insight into what's been going on, keep you up to track. It's probably been 3 weeks at least, I think, since I did an update, and I really want to make these as regular, absolutely as regular as I can. There's always so much going on. And maybe even in doing these videos, it's made me aware of just how little time I have for the really important aspects of my job. I need to be totally focused on talking to customers, giving people support, basically pre-sale, helping people with their inquiry. You love an Eastman guitar, or you've heard about Eastman guitars and you want to know more about them. That's where I come in, helping you find the right product that you want, talk about the setup of how the guitar should play, absolutely anything that I think I can do to help. That's my area. I should then be passing that into the system, and then things should get picked up at that point, and then I should become really quality control and overseeing that area, rather than being consumed by daily events, which is what I'm doing at the moment. So I say there's been positives and negatives. Well, the positive is, get the celebrations out, July was our busiest month ever. And it includes Christmas time, and it really shouldn't be this busy. And clearly I'm incredibly grateful, and it's just so important to me that every day I get up, I'm living up to the standards that I strive for, and I can justify why I'm so busy. The crippling reality is, when you are trying to juggle so many plates and trying to build a business, there are so many external factors that play an influence. It really is just incredibly hard. It seems as though most of the brands that I deal with are problematic to some degree in terms of communication, getting information. I would say, if I give the example of probably the worst, which would be Godin guitars, I sell a lot of Godin guitars, but the route of getting that from Godin world to me is fraught with complete nightmares. Everything through communicating, stock availability, knowing what stock's coming in when. The CITES issues, of course, horrendous issues, because historically they sent every guitar to the UK one by one. It was called Godin Direct. That has been completely thrown on its head as of January the 1st of this year, because they now have to ship bulk, or some of it, I get the impression that some of it's sent in bulk, some of it's still direct. It really is incredibly hard to give people accurate information. So whilst I'm having all my own growing pains and developing my business and dealing with the volume, and trying to do a lot of it myself, all of it, most of it myself, there's always other external factors that kick in and then throw you sideways, and you've got to deal with that. So I just want people to know that there's never any apathy on my behalf, and there's never any kind of acceptance that problems are okay, because they just clearly are not. But when you get a negative email and you've let someone down, or this week I've had verbal abuse. I've been called F-word, C-word by a person and I'm just sitting here thinking, this is not what I'm doing this for. So now I'm saying all that because, positives, extremely busy. We've just been growing and growing. So thank you. Bless every person that does have faith in what I do. Bless every person that you know, makes the effort to ring through 2, 3, 4 times because they can't get hold of me. But I am dealing with this. I'm trying to make systems and put them in place. Let me give you an idea of the couple of things that are definitely happening. About 6 weeks ago now, I got Tasha involved with order tracking full time, and I really thought that would be, I presumed that would be, you know, would get me out of my predicaments. But it's almost as if that by having that in place, it's just highlighting how much help I need. So one area that I do get consumed with in a day, and I've always been very proud of the fact that I pack every box myself. But what I've kind of come to understand from what's been going on is that actually, if I am so snowed under and I'm so back against the wall getting these guitars packed, I'm not doing the best job in the world of what I should be doing anyway, in terms of that final last minute check. It's like, quick, let's look at it, get out of the... Now, I'm being completely honest, that happens sometimes, and I'm uncomfortable about it. So I have realised that actually the physical packing of the guitar, I just don't need to be doing that. I just need to show someone, I need to be around, show them how to do it, because I've got a very personalised way that I pack my boxes. But I can get a young lad, somebody in, and I'm going to get somebody in a couple of hours every day to deal with the packing of the guitars. That way I can focus on the quality control of the aspect, which takes me very little time at all. It really, the time and energy is in. Tasha's now already printing labels in customer service. That's something I actually have to do. So she prints the labels. If I have a young lad, young lady, whoever it is, or old man, old lady, it literally could be anyone. So anybody who wants to sort of talk to me about that, probably 10 hours a week, please come and see me, because it's a definite, it's happening. I want somebody here who can pop in the morning, put the head around the door, pack some boxes, maybe do a bit of cleaning around the shop, a bit of hands-on help. So that's gonna be a great help. So that's the next stage. We're gonna get that done. I'm also going to do a series of videos as soon as I can, which will talk about every product I sell and the supply chain and how it works, and giving people an understanding of, I mean, you saw my video on G&L. That is an ongoing issue. It's still a nightmare. It's getting better, but I've had hell on earth to deal with because of people's perceptions of, and I couldn't have been clearer. Look, there isn't a distributor. There isn't, so don't keep hanging me to dry when I say still not here, or we don't get back to you because we've told you we'll let you know when it gets here. We can't just keep saying no, it's not here, no, it's not here, because the list just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. The problem just keeps evolving, and all I can keep doing is saying, look, nobody is deliberately not informing you, but the more you know about the background, theoretically, the less you'll need to badger me about it, because you'll know what's going on. So situations like ordering a first guitar, you know, they're handmade, all sorts. I'm starting to do Loudon guitars soon. So there'll be a process to do with a Loudon guitar, how that guitar gets built, you know, what will happen when, and pre-arming you, if you like, with information about that particular product that you're interested in, to make sure that you don't feel let down or out the loop with things whilst we are waiting for the guitar to arrive, because that seems to be the Achilles heel. What has happened recently is that because I am personally playtesting and personally packing every guitar and dealing with all the other issues around me, I'm being the delay, because I don't want to shortchange people by not being involved when I say I'm involved. So hence box packer. So I think there's loads of really, really positive things happening. Incredibly grateful for the opportunity to keep doing what I'm doing. The world of Eastman is getting more and more exciting. Oh my goodness, bear me 5 seconds, 5 seconds. One out the workshop. This guitar is just utterly ridiculously amazing. It's called a T64V, and that is aged antique violin again, but now we have the P90s, the Bigsby trem, so how wonderful is that? That is the very first one of about 10 or 20 I think that have gone around the world. This is the very first one into the shop. I've got another one coming next week. They've been really kind to me to make sure that I've got these coming through. So stuff like that. I want to be talking to you about that kind of stuff. I want to be talking to you about reviews, about comparisons. I wanted to do there's so many things that are really interesting, stuff that's exciting and happening right now, stuff that's going on with Gordon Smith guitars. There's always such amazing things coming in. I'm not quite sure what you have and haven't seen, but ultimately I want to be getting I want to be giving you all of that, but at the same time it's absolutely imperative that the basis of everything I'm talking to you about is about the end user, the person who needs an experience. I've just realised one other thing. And it's just here, it's right by me, because that's why I noticed it. This guitar here, this is an example of the kind of thing that, like behind the scenes in terms of the actual, what I'm doing for customers. A customer came in and wanted to buy he bought a £3,500 Martin guitar, and we were fitting a pickup for him, and I heard the guitar and I just could not believe. I heard it and I thought, okay, I don't want to upset the customer, I don't want to upset what he's just purchased, I don't want to undermine what he's done, but this guitar, the OM35 SR, had just arrived in, this guitar is £2,000 rather than £3,500 from the Czech Republic. And I said, look, please, it's just come in. I said, would you be upset if you just humoured me and just tried the guitar? I said, there's no pressure, there's no sales, there's no nothing. It's just to, if you like, to qualify that £3,500 that you've just spent. Bought it 24 hours previously. He'd never been told about a Furch guitar, he'd never heard of them before, he'd been through a major city centre store, going through everything that was theoretically available, and I cringe to say that he heard what I heard. The second he strummed it, the second he played it, he was like, blimey, what is this? And it's those kind of experiences that I want to share with people, and I'm hoping I can be happy at some point soon with everything, not just certain aspects of what I do, and I want you to be happy with every aspect of what I do. And trust me, any problems with communicating, problems getting through, anything that you think is negative, I want to deal with it. So hopefully this video is going to be of use to somebody somewhere. Okay, that's it. Let me get on with getting these people in place, or members of staff, hopefully team members, what you want to call it, to help me help you, and then I will be getting you more videos and all the really good juicy stuff that I'm excited about. Okay, see you soon. Bye bye.